I actually got a coffee today and everything.
Yeah.
It's
funny how we were prepared, but PM wasn't prepared for life to just sort of shaft him again.
I went and got a fucking Wendy's Frosty Chino. I don't think I've ever had a drink taste dry, but that did.
You've never had wine then. Wine apparently is very dry. Are we doing this?
Who do you want to stow away today?
I don't know who's available.
Do we want to DoorDash KZ?
I can't believe you just referred to it as door dashing a stowaway.
I mean, we're getting co-host.
I think we should call it dolph dashing. It's like we're ordering a dolphin to go snatch someone and drag them to our boat.
True. I think we should move our podcast recording time to 6:30.
That's what I fucking said. Remember the last time I was like, we should move our recording to 7, so you get an extra hour of sleep PM, and he went, no, why would we do that? Because then I gotta go straight to work after. I don't have time for nothing. Well, you could still wake up at 6, and then you have time to eat something, so I'm not listening to you flap your fat fucking lips with food on the fucking microphone. The amount of times I have to hear into his fucking mic, and I'm like, you fat whore, get your mouth away from there. I'm gonna slap him silly. Do you feel down to answer a couple of questions with just the two of us? Or do you want to give him another, like, hour, half hour or something?
I think it'd be funnier to just continue recording and end at our normal time. Maybe we're cutting ourselves off at 7:30.
Cutting ourselves off. Okay.
So we're gonna give ourselves an hour and 25 minutes to answer questions. Probably fuck around because, yeah, it's a 2-person podcast. Those struggle as a general thing when they're general podcasts and not something like a spoiler cast.
Yeah.
So we're certain we're not door dashing, dolph dashing co-host at this point.
Again, I have no idea because I did only message Nick at like 5:58. I can ask Shibuya if she's available. We'll see if she's actually available sometime.
Hello and welcome to the questions episode of DipShips.
What are you doing?
45.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the intro.
What?
I'm doing the intro.
Since when?
Right now.
What?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of DipShips, the totally legitimate boating podcast. I, as always, am your Captain Clement Curl, and joining me, as always, my wonderful co-host, Rear Admiral PM, Ensign Jordan.
Hello.
And Maritime Medi.
Hey.
That was a good one, actually. That sounded just like them.
Yeah.
It's like 1-to-1. How's it going, fellas? The gang's all here.
Oh, yeah, we all made it for episode 45. Yeah, for once, everybody's here on the podcast.
Came here on time. I didn't stub my toe, break my chicken leg.
For those who can't tell, because of our incredible impressions, it's just me and Carl today. As of right now. Because PM's apartment burned down, seemingly, and Medi is stuck in a hell dimension.
Medi's schedule has them working every single Sunday at the exact time that we record. They don't get out until like 10 fucking night. And it's like, that rules, bud. That's so cool. I think that's changing in September, they said, to like a day schedule, but I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
We're struggling.
And PM went to fall asleep, and then a fire alarm went off in their fucking building. So there's no PM. There's no Medi. Nick hasn't answered me back. Shibuya hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Fuck it, I'm nuclear option.
He's gonna slap you. It's gonna be funny.
I'm taking the bullet for you, man.
How you doing, Jordan?
You know, I had a shift before today.
You had some coffee.
I had a frosty chino.
From Dunkin'?
No, from Wendy's.
What's the one from Dunkin' called?
I don't know.
What the fuck is that thing called? We're doomed.
We're doomed.
Jordan, do you have anything from your week that you want to discuss? One thing.
I bought an oven.
Bought an oven?
Yeah.
You did mention last week that you were going to buy an oven.
I bought an oven.
That's awesome.
It gets here tomorrow. I had to take my car into the repair shop.
Yeah. Did that have to do with the oven? I thought there was a whole thing with the oven that happened.
Okay, this will link back into the oven. So, my car's fucked, basically. There's like 3 millimeters left on the brake pad thing.
Oh, sick.
So that'll need to get fixed soon. And altogether, all the repairs for my car will cost about $1,400 is the estimate they gave me. So when I had that panic, I went to my dad, and he just told me, you know what? You take care of paying off the oven now. I will handle the car.
That's good.
Because I bought the oven with my credit card, so I can just pay that off over a couple months. And my car will get fixed now.
Yeah, no, trust me, I know that feeling of absolute fear and dread when I went to get my car checked. And they're like, yeah, your brakes are like non-existent. You're lucky you haven't crashed. We're going to charge you $900 to get them fixed. And I went, that's sick. I have $500 in my bank account.
Credit card.
That's what I had to do. And that credit card jumped up to like $1,400 charged on it. And it's still paying a lot of that off. My credit fucking dipped, baby. Only by like 1 point, but I wanted to talk about a thing.
What's the thing?
I wanted to talk about Kamen Rider Revice since it's over.
All right.
What a fucking mid show.
That's cool.
What an unfortunately mid show it ended up becoming. The first like 3 or 4 episodes, it was like, I'm gonna end up hating this character voiced by the racist who voices the good character in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
And you do hate him. You hate him almost the whole damn time, but he gets a little better. Not enough for you to really like him.
That's...
But they made a lot of like weird decisions with story beats, and they just like repeated a bunch of things in terms of like character development, where they'd regress them to go back through the same fucking story they already went through, and it just sort of sucked.
Oh, that's always my favorite thing that happens in the series.
One of my favorite things is when a villain character suddenly decides, this character is like a family to me, within the course of an episode, without having any sort of arc or anything like showing that they felt alone in the world and wanted a family other than shit in that one episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cool, very awesome. They also didn't have enough time to focus on a lot of the characters they introduced last fucking second, which is another thing I hate when these series just sort of keep adding characters and going, we can't focus on them. We'll just kill off some of these. We'll just make the roster a tiny bit smaller. Oh no, people are writing because they liked this one character. Uh-oh.
Downsizing.
It's a solid 6 out of 10 series. I probably wouldn't recommend it offhand, but it's all right. Jordan, I actively hate this.
So do I.
Shibuya got back to me. She said she's not feeling good. Nick hasn't answered me back, and KZ's dead.
Yeah, ask me some questions.
So this is our special 45th episode, question special episode, where we're gonna answer a bunch of questions. All 3 of us, except there's only 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, life just found a way to fuck us so specifically. If you have questions you want to send in to us for our wonderful podcast where we answer questions sometimes, and sometimes we're all here, you can do that by sending them to DipShipsPod@yahoo.com or tweeting at us at DipShipsPod your questions when I put the question tweet out on Sundays. Tar asks, what's a character that you think is hot but you can't stand?
Hot, but I can't stand. See, when a character I can't stand is put into, like, anything, they typically just escape my mind. So, any sort of brain space just goes away. Actually, no, I thought of one.
Yeah.
By the end of her story arc, Yatsuyu from FF14.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
You know that one?
No.
Oh, let me get a picture. Yatsuyu Brutus.
Oh, yes, I know her.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen lots of pictures of her.
Yep.
Mostly NSFW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love her. She looks like she'd be a bitch.
Her story arc is very bad by the end of it.
You know who I would probably say?
What about... who would you say, Carl?
What the hell was all that?
I don't know.
I would probably say Asakura / Kamen Rider Oja from Kamen Rider Ryuki. Because he's like...
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I love him. It makes me rock hard. He's also a fucking psychopath and a piece of shit.
A fucking psychopath.
I could ride a bike on that bitch.
Yeah.
Trash asks us... Oh, here's another... This is very shallow, fellas. Trash asks, what intentionally ugly character do you find cute? I like the Dragon's Dogma Goblins. Intentionally ugly character you find cute.
Can we count creatures?
I guess so. Like they said, goblin. Goblins are creatures. They don't have rights.
I'm gonna say...
Yet.
Dunsparce.
Dunsparce isn't ugly.
I'd say he's intentionally ugly.
No, he's a little guy.
He is a little guy. I'm not saying he's not a little guy.
Not like
I'm
he's a
just saying
pug. Just being mean to poor Dunsparce.
You talking about Dunsparce like that, then I'm gonna say fuck Dunsparce.
What the hell?
Uh-oh, sisters.
An intentionally ugly character. The only one that I can think of is none, actually. I can't think of a single fucking character like that. I'm just gonna say pugs. DW Gamer asks, what was your introduction to your favorite anime, game, or show? Whichever you prefer. For example, I discovered Mega Man Battle Network and an issue of Nintendo Power next to an ad for One Piece GBA and Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
I am deeply uncomfortable. Hello?
I was waiting for you to answer the fucking question. You sound like you had something.
I don't. All I could think about was how quiet it was.
I thought that you were gonna say something about like how you discovered Persona or My Hero, and instead you were just silent.
I don't remember.
How do you not remember? All right, well, I can tell you two that I have off the top of my head. I discovered One Piece in a copy of Shonen Jump. And I thought it was called Nepic. And I was like, that's a stupid name for a fucking story. That's dumb as hell. And then I realized that some of those pieces in there are supposed to be letters and not just funny pictures when they put out the anime for the 4Kids dub. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Okay, I thought of one.
Yeah.
I discovered Yu-Gi-Oh! By finding a structure deck on the ground out on a Walmart in the Walmart parking lot.
That's pretty good. What structure deck?
I don't remember.
All right.
It probably would have been like the first 5D structure deck.
The first 5Ds, that's pretty good. The other one I have was discovering Tron through Kingdom Hearts 2. Because Tron is one of my favorite movies. Let's see. Daito asks, what is your favorite English anime opening? Stuff from 4Kids era and early anime dubbing, or anime English cover? I feel like it's cheating to say Smile Bomb, but Smile Bomb really is like the perfect one. Jordan?
Repeat the question.
What is your favorite English anime opening? Stuff from the 4Kids era and early anime dubbing, or anime English cover?
The Jojo opening theme.
The first one?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good choice. I like that one. Crimson asks, is there any series, show, movies, or book that you binged and felt would have been better to go slowly through instead?
That's actually a good one. I can think of opposite examples.
Yeah.
The Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super is much better binged than it is watching week to week.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Like, because going week to week, it's just who's the new guy they're gonna fight? Who? Meanwhile, like, you can actually get a sense of pacing when binging it.
Yeah, you tend to lose track over it when it's week to week.
Especially with that many characters involved.
Yeah. What thing have I binged that I felt like would have been better to go through slowly? You see, I don't have an issue like that. I'm usually just like, put it all in front of my face and I'll just fucking slop it up like a little pig.
What's the fastest you've binged something?
The fastest I've binged something?
Because I can say the answer for me.
I'm pretty sure I read all of Hajime no Ippo within less than a month.
That's actually impressive considering the size of that series.
Yeah.
When was that?
It was over 1,000 chapters at that point. I remember that. I could have done it faster if it wasn't for work and losing track.
I read the back half of Kaguya-sama in 24 hours.
That's pretty good. I read through all of Black Clover up until they had that month break in about like 3 days.
I dropped my phone.
Rest in peace, phone. Yeah, there's nothing really where I'm like, I'll go through it slow and just take it in a little bit at a time. I would much rather just fucking binge right through it and get it injected in my veins. There might be some things that'll work good like that. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Certain My Hero arcs are better binged.
Yeah, definitely.
God, what reading 1A versus 1B week to week is probably the worst like experience I've had. Going at anything like with release schedule.
Let me tell you, I'm always happy seeing people like, I'm starting One Piece now, because it's like, buddy, by the time you catch up, either we're going to be in the middle of the final arc or it's going to be over. Especially if you take your time with it. And it's really good because there's some arcs where it's like, I need to know what's going on next. I need to get into that next shit right now. And there's some where it's like, I can take a break for a bit. I'm going to step back and come back to this in a while. So it's like you have a lot of leeway with a lot of it. Frost Samurai asks, oh, have we done this one? No, I don't think we did. You can give any one franchise a Mystery Dungeon spin-off game similar to the Pokemon and Chocobo Mystery Dungeon games. Which one do you choose?
Is Etrian Odyssey a Mystery Dungeon game?
I don't know, actually.
I feel like they're similar enough to where I can't say Persona. Because they have the Q games.
What in the goddamn hell is that?
That was my dog. Oh, he's still going.
He's slapping his ass on the floor?
He does this thing where, like, you know how cats, like, make biscuits?
Yeah.
He does that in his plastic cage.
Oh.
He won't stop.
He's just really happy. He loves his little cage.
Alright, he's done.
I'd like a Digimon Mystery Dungeon game. That'd be pretty cool.
I feel like that'd work.
That'd work pretty well.
You could Digivolve mid-battle.
Yeah, actually, that'd be pretty sick.
I
don't even know what Etrian Odyssey is, actually.
Fuck it. Give Zelda a Mystery Dungeon game.
I'm interested enough to see how that would work. Let's see. Marie Weaverling asks, what's your favorite animal besides cats or dogs?
Otter.
I like puffins. Dumb little birds.
I don't think What's a puffin?
It's like a little penguin, but it's got a colorful beak.
Oh, now I know what a puffin is.
I also like chinchillas because they're small and fluffy and fat.
Animals that are just, like, inherently chubby are so funny.
Small and rotund. Built perfectly. Twill asks, hey Carl, can you play the Cookie Run Kingdom news jingle? Of course I can. Cookie Run Kingdom news. There it is.
Is it not on your soundboard?
No, it's not. I was gonna add it in there and then I kind of forgot because
You stopped playing that game.
Yeah. Meddy's been like, you should get back in there. They added a Disney collab, and I'm like, why are you still playing this? It's not a bad game by any means necessary. I just stopped giving a shit.
I wish the mobile port of Master Duel was better.
God, me too.
I wish it didn't run at 15 FPS.
The amount of times where I have a perfect connection, and it's just like, no, now your fucking frame rate's gonna drop and your connection's gonna be shitty. And I'm like, but why?
I'm running this on an iPhone 12, I think? Whatever the latest iPhone is, I'm running it on that. And it's still like that. It sucks.
If only phones could be better. Simply Soria asks, any good new games out for PS5, Series X, or Switch?
A PS5 exclusive hasn't been made in several months.
Yeah.
I guess Forspoken when that comes out, if you can deal with some jank. Oh yeah, you said Switch. You play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And by the time this podcast comes out, Splatoon 3 will be a week away, so also buy that.
Meanwhile, unbeknownst to our heroes, a dastardly villain was plotting his entrance to the show.
All right. Hello. Recording. I'm going to click this in 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I want to take a wild guess as to what's happened.
Let me guess. PM sucks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess.
That's
I'm not gonna hold him too bad to this because of what happened with his apartment today.
Yeah, I saw it.
But, like, yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking dead, dog.
Yeah.
You want to answer some questions with us?
We're gonna do a questions only episode today. Oh, PM's not here for the questions that are directed at him.
Oh, that's awesome.
That rules.
And unlike him, we can access the bookmarks.
Yeah, I have
It's
a
too
functioning
hard.
brain.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
Oh, I didn't know it was a feature like that.
Oh, yeehaw.
I use TweetDeck formats. Whoopee.
Yep.
Welcome to the podcast KZXcellent, everybody.
Yeah. You may remember me as a host of the podcast once.
That's true.
That's true.
That's
That
true.
happened once.
Yep.
Now we've had all combinations of the main DipShips crew with KZ.
Pretty much,
That's awesome.
Pretty much. That's fucking stupid. Casey, I'm gonna run back some of these questions to you to get your thoughts on them.
Oh, okay, that's important. How do you get my audio?
He's recording
Am
the
I
Discord
supposed to hit
call.
a button?
Oh, if you don't have Audacity open, I'm gonna put whatever you're doing right now through the OBS backup capture.
It's okay. I was actually recording. Hold on, my DoorDash is calling me.
Let's go.
Ah! Hold on.
I think we might have to rename the podcast to Carl Makes Do with whatever he gets.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking piss my pants.
Carl, wasn't that week where we were able to record a DipShips and 2 PMVAs in a 2-day period awesome?
It was a really good 2 days that we were able to produce decent quality content. And it'll never happen again. Hello?
I'm back. I'm
What'd you
sorry
get?
they had to inform me they didn't have my pork chops.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I'm
no.
ordering groceries. Hello.
Ah. I thought that you just ordered a food for yourself.
Oh, no. No, I was like, I need to get important things today.
You need to get more Yoo-hoos.
Yoo-hoos are pretty important.
I decided to not do that.
What the fuck?
There was an incident where I apparently got high and went through 7 without noticing. Anyway, what are our questions for this podcast?
So, Casey, what was your introduction to your favorite anime game or show?
Oh god. Oh god, this is boring. I just watched things while they aired on television. I just had a thought.
Yep.
Mhm.
What if someone's introduction to One Piece is all the dick pics that happen on Twitter.com?
I fucking hope so, actually.
It trended today, so there's a real possibility.
I saw that it's
Someone's-
been like a trend on TikTok now.
People really just logging on and are being introduced to One Piece by going, I guess the One Piece is real.
The One Piece! The One Piece
Is
is
real?
real!
I don't get it. So is it like that Dick Slap Fight Island fucking manga or whatever? Casey, what is your favorite English anime opening?
Oh man, yeah, it's gotta like specifically be English.
You could say a 4Kids one.
Yeah, that also counts. Yeah, I'm rolling through the whole set in my head because at first I was thinking of where they just localize the song, but instead it's got to be something original that they went through. Kirby Right Back At You is pretty solid.
That's
That
a
is-
solid one.
I can't believe I didn't think
immediately
about
comes
that
to
one.
mind. Yeah. Get it with the money back guarantee is really solid.
That's such a good fucking line.
And then it goes into that fucking kick-ass sax solo.
I'm gonna be that guy. The Digimon English song's really good.
It is.
It's really good when Tamers where they have to slightly change the sentence because they're not in the digital world for most of that. Where they have to change it to save and defend the world.
And they did it so seamlessly.
Yeah, they did. I'm so proud of you, Deke.
I forgot that was a Deke joint.
Yeah.
Casey, are there any series that you binged and you felt would have been better to slowly go through instead?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6.
Oh, yo.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like if maybe that aired on a time slot on Fridays, one at a time, for maybe 38 or 39 times in a row, that would have worked out.
39 weeks? That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that would be pretty solid.
like the past 2 parts?
Like all of them.
Yeah, that's crazy talk, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Carl, my
Alright.
dog's doing the thing again.
He's just having fun. So Jordan has informed me that one of his dogs just like makes biscuits in his plastic cage, like a cat would.
So Carl is gonna randomly hear on my audio track when going to edit this, alongside the like minutes of dead air of just a
Oh no, Jordan, don't you worry. I've been hearing that noise for quite a long while, and I've been wondering what the fuck it was, and I assumed it was your dog doing something. Oh, which is why I never brought it up.
I mean, you like messaged me in here saying, "Could you DoorDash me?" So I'm like, I'm not even turning off that air. I'm just gonna click into this thing and see what happens.
So we've coined the term "dolph dashing," like dolphin, for when we need to airdrop in a new co-host when
That's
someone
really
doesn't show up.
That really sucks, and it's always PM.
Yeah. It's always PM. I can't blame him completely this time. A man needs some sleep.
I get it, but also, goddamn it, it always like lies on.
It always happens specifically on Sunday. We're almost caught up here. KZ, if you could give any one franchise a Mystery Dungeon spin-off game, which one do you choose?
You know, I'm not too familiar with Mystery Dungeon stuff, but I do know somewhat the basics. So I'm trying to percolate in my head what would make sense. They should do that for Shin Megami Tensei. It might be the worst thing I've ever seen if they do it.
Pretty funny.
Just imagine like a monster. It's a monster house room, and you're surrounded by Jack Frost.
Yeah, I'm just imagining that, or any idea where they're like, just like, it's over. Here's the worst fucking things we can throw at you right now.
Here is Cert. Kill him now.
What's your favorite animal besides cats or dogs?
Giraffe.
Excellent. They got that neck game.
They do have that long neck.
Yep. Shout out to Bridget.
Shout out to Bridget.
Any good new games out for PS5, Series X, or Switch?
You know, we got a variety of big hits coming out all the time. I bought Horizons Forbidden West this year and played 25 minutes of it.
And you never have to beat it now.
I escaped my podcast, so I never actually have to ever play it.
You don't have to play a 7. That has the story.
You know,
of
it's
3.
kind of reminding me of how Tim Rogers described Death Stranding, where Kojima said, you know, it's like this big game you play is like eating a wonderful steak dinner, and he took that analogy and said Death Stranding is like eating 40 pounds of vegetables at gunpoint. This Horizon Forbidden West might be eating 50 pounds of oatmeal and water in a saw trap.
Now I want to describe more games like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be playing Soul Hackers 2 soon, and I'm sure that game's good.
I was just gonna ask if you've played it yet, because I've seen a lot of good things about it so far.
Yeah. I'm gonna start playing it tomorrow. I'm excited to jump into that. I see it boring holes into my friends' brains, which is really good. I'm happy.
Oh, it's doing that to me, and I'm like, damn, I might have to fucking cop this.
Forspoken is going to be like eating 30 pounds of Skittles in a showing of Borderlands the movie.
I could do both of those things.
I could totally do that. Like if I go to see Eli Roth's Borderlands the movie, which I'll be like, 1 ticket, please, I'll get Skittles. I enjoy Skittles.
I would simply throw the Skittles at the screen and then eat them off of the floor like the animal that I am.
Okay, good, because I'm like, I don't want to fuck with the employees there. They work in a movie theater. They go through enough.
God, they really do. I can only imagine all the shit they have to fucking clean up.
Yeah.
We're all caught up, so let's see what we have now for all of us. What's the best threat you've ever heard in life or in media?
After I stole a friend's game piece in a board game, they threatened to shave my head and then slap my head until it was purple. So,
like the Grimace.
Like the Grimace. I forgot to mention that part.
Yes, of course. I wonder who that was. They sound like a really good person.
You know. Speaking of the one I came up with, which was during a match of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a friend said to another friend of mine, if we ever meet in real life, you better pray we don't.
Oh, I wonder who said
that one.
I wonder who said that.
I wonder too. That sounds like really funny. Hey, there's one that I'd said at one point to a desk that I was moving.
To a desk?
Yeah. So the desk was very front heavy, and I was trying to lift it up, and it decided it wanted to try and flop over on me. So I just stared at it for a couple minutes, and I went, "I'm gonna fuck your mother and give her a son that she'll love if you keep doing this."
Understandable.
And one of my passing by coworkers heard that and was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Oh, you said this in the school?
Yeah, I said it out loud in the school. They're like, "What the fuck was that?" And I went, "Don't worry about it." Oh, that question was from Tonya. Bitch. Alatos asks, any underrated or obscure music artists do you want to recommend to the people?
Hold on.
Oh, Jordan's going to the folder. Jordan's about to go. You guys ever listen to the Smiths?
Oh, fuck. I remember I was at so a couple years ago, I was at an Alice in Chains and Korn concert.
Yeah.
And they had a really cool band on for their opening act.
Yeah.
And I can't remember their fucking name. So I'm texting my dad to see if he can remember.
Okay. I have a couple. I could say Gunship. I really like their music. It's also safe for streaming. Same with Dance with the Dead. I like their music as well. Also safe for streaming. I'm a big fan of... I had one and I lost it. I'm looking at this list of fucking artists. There's so many people on here. KZ, do you have any while I try to remember my brain?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm a really big fan of Bear vs. Shark.
What the fuck did you just say?
Okay, that's not true. I just asked Alto for an obscure music artist because this is an urgent question.
Oh,
and what they gave me was fucking Bear vs. Shark.
What the fuck is Bear versus Shark?
I don't know. Everyone make sure to go at Galrush on Twitter and ask, yo, what's Bear vs. Shark?
What the fuck is that?
I remember their name. They were Fever 333. They had like a Rage Against the Machine style sound, and I really liked them.
Interesting. I'm a big fan of Modest Mouse. I love their stuff. I don't know if you would count them as obscure, but I love them. And a little known band called Weezer also.
Huh?
What was that? Why'd you just honk like a clown?
It was like the noise that they go.
Did you just get possessed by fucking Skeeter from Doug?
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Let's go to the Honker Burger.
We'll be sold into slavery by Pork Chop, a dog Doug owns.
Yes, let's fucking go.
Do you think Skeeter would sing Buddy Holly and then piss himself?
No, Doug would.
Okay.
Skeeter will get beaten and thrown into a squad car. The cops will give Doug a handshake for not interfering.
We can't have the podcast become us reading Doug episodes. We can't let that.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to use that one because it's Skeeter related. I'm not going to go through the entire roster of great ones.
Oh, that account's so fucking good.
That happens like every couple months on your streams. And
yeah, I know, because I have thought Doug episodes has been the best shit in the world for 6 years.
It's such a good account.
It's like perfect, except for that Dinty Moore stint. That was weird. Dual Trainer Neon asks, what is one thing besides murder you wish you could get away with without any reparations whatsoever, and why?
Tax evasion.
I mean,
actually, honestly, I feel like that one makes a lot more sense for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I owe money to the IRS that I pay in installments, and it rhymes with Blunty Blousand.
And another answer would be robbing a bank.
I would say robbing a fucking billionaire. Steal their entire fucking account.
That too.
You hear me, Musk? Chills asks, what's the worst thing another person said about you?
Carl, what are some things you've said about me?
Jordan, I don't think you want to know half of them.
What'd you talk about in the Jordan Sucks podcast?
I think I made fun of
you
your.
should listen to the Jordan Schlex podcast.
It wasn't released.
Oh, we never put it out. We never put it out because we were like this.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was the one that I guessed it on, where there was like 30 minutes of us just punching Jordan in the head.
That one was funny. No, the one that me and PM and Medi sat down to do, we were like, this is actually too mean. We just wanted to do a little gaff and a little goof. It ended up being actually too mean to release, and we deleted it.
See, you guys gotta be better people, all right? I'll make fun of people all the time in a public space, but at some point,
but then you'll get
back.
called out for actual harassment.
No, I do. That only happens for funny bits. It's never for anything that's actually cruel.
Yeah, for that people clap.
You know, I DM'd my victim almost immediately as I was made aware, and their only response was, "Come on!" Because I prefaced it saying, "You will never have a normal existence."
The worst thing anyone said about me was comparing me to John Tron after the fact.
Ugh.
Jordan, yours is probably Tim Buckley. Not Tim Buckley. Is that his name?
No, Spoonie. You're thinking
Spoonie's
of Spoonie.
also bad.
Look, like, I know I look more like Tim Buckley, but Spoonie's the worst one.
I remember for the first time we went on Jordan Tim Buckley mode, where Carl's just drunk off his ass and he just keeps posting. I think it was like we were starting last year's Cage Marathon, and we just decided they will die.
I just kept going, hey guys, I found this cool picture, check it out. Stop fucking posting Tim Buckley!
That was great.
I was so pissed off because I wasn't even, like, in the group yet.
Yeah, that's my favorite, man.
Like,
and then it starts dulling when you're actually in the group, unless you're James.
well, James has only been in the group for, like, a month at this point.
Yeah,
so.
I know, but we were cruel to him when he didn't have the advantage of speaking, but then we learned his voice sounds like the nerd emoji, so it actually got triple worse.
Yeah.
It'll dull down to, like, the level it was when he couldn't speak by the time. Like, that's the lowest it'll ever go.
Yeah, we'll probably get that in by March.
Oh.
KZ, what's the worst thing another person said about you?
I'm trying to dig deep. Being on the internet for long enough, you get a lot of statements.
You get a lot of
made about you.
Creativity.
But a lot of them aren't necessarily really creative. There's a lot of them that just tried to lie to me, like when one person said that I'm positive as a bit. That one was really good. There have been sometimes people say my name wrong, and one time someone called me like PM. That was rough.
That's pretty rough, yeah.
Yeah, nothing's really hitting on like a cruel aspect here. It's mainly just people saying stuff like, yeah, I got nothing. I'm thinking about it. One time Jordan thought I was asexual like 6 weeks ago. That was weird.
Dude, that was completely genuine.
I know. It's like I'm the one person on Twitter who, for a long stint, wasn't cum-brained all the time, and then that's what we get.
Mm-hmm. I'll have you know, I know for a fact I was not the only person who thought that.
Scythe Sensei asks, somebody not at your job recognizes you from whatever you're on. This just says DipShips. I'm going to say from whatever you're known for. What's your reaction?
Run. If we have this small of an audience, if someone recognizes me, I run. I don't want... like...
I slightly pitched my voice up in real life.
That's a good one.
That's smart. That's a smart tactic.
Yeah. I was trying to envision it in my head, and I couldn't. It was scary.
I think my energy levels are, like, too low when I'm in person. So people wouldn't be able to recognize my voice. Too low? Oh, I am very quiet.
Anyone can spot those lips from a distance. You have no choice.
I wear a face mask most of the time now.
They're bulging.
Well, that's good, because they know your face, so they'll come up to you and be like, are you Jordan? You'll just be like, no. Can you take off your mask to show me? No.
They're jutting out like Noah's titties in Xenoblade 3.
Dude, they're insane. You put him in Monica's class and he goes crazy with his titties.
God, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna need you to take the next questions. My groceries are here. I have to leave.
That's fine. I have some stories about this question currently.
Awesome. Great. I'm gonna close this door.
So I have been recognized not at a job. I've been recognized out in public, specifically at conventions. Not for DipShips, but because everyone thinks that I look like JonTron. Or people are like, hey, you're the guy that looks like him. And I'm like, I guess that's what I am, huh? I guess that's me.
I thought you meant like, oh, hey, JonTron. Like, if that's what people say to you.
No, it's usually you're that guy that looks like him.
Ah.
And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's my claim to fame.
That's your role. That's your slot in life.
I have had people just like, oh, you're Carl. I'm like, yeah, it's me. Not many, but it's happened a couple times.
Hey, it's me, Carl.
Hey there, everyone. This is your captain speaking. Just cutting in to do the normal housekeeping stuff real quick. Tell you all about a couple things. Let's just get started and get right in there. If you want to keep up to date with the podcast, if you want to know what's going on in our lives, anything like that, make sure you follow us on Twitter at DipShipsPod, and each of us individually at The Calamity Carl, at GFPPM, at EXPayline, and at MetTorman. Don't forget to follow our guest at KZXcellent, and also support him on his Patreon, which is just patreon.com/KZXcellent, I'm pretty sure, as he's adventuring off into the wonderful world of streaming full-time without doing a podcast thing with Gigaboots. Please make sure that he stays alive as well. If you have any questions or any topics you want to send in, you can respond to the tweet put out almost every Sunday on DipShipsPod, or you can send them to DipShipsPod at yahoo.com. You can also send any fan art, any questions. I already said the questions part. I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. I have a bad hangover. If you would like to support us directly, you can do so by going to patreon.com/DipShipsPod and sign up for any of the tiers that we have. Even $1 a month helps. Always remember that. Even $1, you get your name in the credits during this part here, which is cool. It's coming up. Don't worry. I gotta do the rest of the thing about it though. We've recently reached $400, which means I have to do the chicken nugget shot. I'm not excited about that, but it is what it be. There's a couple other things we have at, I think, like 750. We're doing One Piece. We're doing PM versus One Piece, and that's gonna be fun. At $5 a month, you get to watch PM versus Anime, which is coming. I swear to God, I swear it's coming. We have so much of it recorded. And $10 a month, I get to read your name, and above, I should mention, I get to read your name here for everyone to hear. Starting off with Alatos Diogenes, Andres Rojas, Bye, Breakdown 707, Diablo, Dorgan 23, Dr. Perpaka, the Purple Paka, Fire Trooper 113, Frost Samurai, Generic Jackal says, you will become spaghetti. Javier Porksword, Chris Derp, Lena Inverse, Mr. I Like Spam, Mr. King Jacob 9002, Nap, Normalized Pagu and Sinister, PM's Tooth is coming home, Ryan Superfan, Scrimbiff, Shibuya Gato, The Crossing Fate, Tonya H, True Storm of DG, Vinegar Ultimax, Zombie Slayer 051, and of course our $20 patrons Bill and Mr. Collector, and our $50 patron Patchwork. Thank you all for your support. It really helps us out a lot. Also, if you can't financially support us, as I say at the end of the podcast, podcasts sink or swim based on word of mouth. So make sure you spread this podcast around to anyone who thinks you think would enjoy it, because that helps out just as much. Speaking of people I'd like to thank Vidazen at _VIDAZEN_ on Twitter for our intro song Starbird and additional music, Appetite, Delight, Ride of the Wave, and Seaside. Wonderful music, wonderful person, love you so much. And I'd also like to thank Shibuya Gato and Shura Art on Twitter for our art assets such as the thumbnail, the logo, and other such things. So thank you all very much for that. Don't forget that we're also available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and of course the video version on YouTube. If you haven't, subscribed on YouTube and you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening, you can watch the video also. But we have other places if you just want to download and listen. We're also on TikTok. I don't know if we're shadow banned on TikTok or not, but we also have a TikTok that I still need to upload more to. It is tiktok.com/DipShipsPod. Please go and check that out. I think that's just about everything. Me and PM are starting the DipShips progression series. I'm sorry, let me say the full title here. The DipShips Humble Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series, or DShips, soon. That'll be fun. We have more PM versus anime. As I've said before, we still have the 3 sessions of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and the 2 of Mazinger Z to put out. So those will come out as soon as they're done. What else do we have? We have Party Boat Duck Game somewhere, as long as Medi still has the files. And I don't know. I don't actually know. We have a Terraria one also. But I don't know about that one. Anyway, we're gonna do more of that shit at some point, but we're all our schedules are all fucked up, so we'll figure out what happens. Thank you all for listening to this episode, and I hope you all continue to enjoy the rest of this episode. I'm sorry that it was so dire.
Hello. If you're listening to this podcast, then you're either a big fan of boats or a big fan of listening to friends goof off for a few hours. Well then, I have excellent news for you. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Show has plenty of boats. And the Millennium Microphone is a podcast where 4 friends rewatch the show with boats and also goof off for a few hours every other week. It features that Carl guy that you've been listening to here, along with Shora, BioRoxas, and me, Shibuya Gato. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podbean. We also have a Patreon to see how many seasons people will force us to watch, so go check that out too, at patreon.com/millenniummike. If you don't know how to spell millennium, that's 2 L's, 2 N's, and then an M-I-C at the end. Or you could just Google us. I guess that works too. See you there!
And what would you do if we got invited to a convention?
As guests?
Yeah.
Run an actual boating panel, I guess.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Better late than never.
Better late than never.
I'd like to point out that this is not my fault.
Oh, I know it isn't. I saw the tweets.
We cut you some slack.
I've had a day.
We can tell.
I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fucking...
They fucking door-dashed me into this podcast. I missed it for 28 minutes.
I messaged Shibuya and Nick. Nick is busy. Shibuya's dead. Jordan just went, I'm going to take the bullet and ask KZ.
Well, thanks for being the knight in shining armor.
PM, could you answer a question?
Yeah, sure.
What's the worst thing anyone said about Jordan?
You mean on this podcast or just in general?
Just in general. Well, that's one of the questions that I'm I feel like you have the floor.
I mean, Carl and Medi had a whole hour of dunk casts, and a lot of shit was said then. But I think the worst thing that I think that came from that, it was a lot about the blue balling. It's you fucked up hard. Like coming in between Carl and Shibuya, really liking whatever fucking movie that they were watching. It was Spider-Man or whatever the fuck, not taking the fucking hint, whatsoever.
That's awesome.
Completely flying over your head.
It was more funny than anything.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yes, it was more funny than anything. You did not find it funny when you were originally retelling that story. You were very, very upset.
No, still, my favorite thing was when I was just like, Jordan, if you go across this fucking TV screen one more time, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And he dropped on all fours and crawled out of the room. I almost pissed myself laughing.
That was hilarious.
That was really fucking funny.
That one I took the hint.
That was really funny.
But he came back after that, right? Didn't he come back after that one more time? So did you really get the hit?
I don't know.
No, I think that was the last time, actually.
I don't know. That was 6 months ago, PM.
That's true. I don't really remember what happens yesterday, so I can't believe
that was an important moment in his life. He got to play Elden Ring at a different house while Carl's getting his testicles removed.
That's true.
What the fuck else was I gonna do?
I don't know, but I think that's really funny.
Like, most of that day, I literally sat on Carl's couch playing Elden Ring because Medi was sat in the hospital, like, waiting room for most of it.
Medi wasn't even in the hospital. Medi was in their car waiting the whole time. I was like, yeah, this should be an hour or two, maybe. They kept me there for about 10.
7. It was 7, I think.
It was like 7 hours.
You could have been a good friend and been in the car with Medi playing I Spy with my little eye while Carl was suffering in the fucking hospital. Well, you're a bad friend then. That's the worst thing that's been said on this podcast.
I don't think Carl would have taken any actual value of me being in the car waiting for him.
It's the thought that counts, son.
I think the actual worst thing I've done to Carl is eat Pringles while he was in the hospital.
Yeah, what the fuck? Ate my whole goddamn can of Pringles!
I had no other food!
I should have bought Pringles today.
The whole fucking thing, unopened. You ate the whole fucking thing.
I was hungry.
You fat whore. Tanya asks us, what's a time that you impressed yourself?
Time that I impressed myself? Oh, I know. One time, I beat Dan in Smash.
You did, that was crazy.
It was only ever one time. I was so fucking high at that point, and my heart was going like 100 BPM. I thought it was going to come out of my throat. There was like a 5-second window where I legitimately thought I was going to have a heart attack. But I was so proud of myself.
I'm impressed with myself every time I get through a stream without killing someone.
That's understandable, yeah.
I'm actually impressed of you because I occasionally pop into a stream and then I hear attempts at comedy. I'm like, wow.
Where's the bit? We can't find it.
I know we can't. It's like buried treasure at that point.
I'll have you know.
Can't find the bit.
This is a sidebar. This is a sidebar to these streams. The last stream was so good, PM, in which toward the end of Sonic Heroes, Ari finishes building a bed frame.
Okay.
And then suddenly goes, I'm living like Larry, a reference to SpongeBob. Yes. Alto doesn't know what that means. So me and Ari proceed to say, living like Larry 4 times a minute for 20 minutes.
All right. Okay.
It got so bad. Ari's at the top of their game. They're having a great time. The next day, they wake up with COVID. They wake up with COVID and just talk about how they're high off COVID, weed, NyQuil.
They were so fucked up.
Man's fucking braver than me. I wouldn't fucking do weed while on COVID.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, but I just thought it was really good of just them viciously annoying Alto and then getting the coronavirus.
Man's got fucking his own private pool located in his lungs, and is like, no, it's okay. I'll take this bong rip.
He's like, give me the bowl.
Carl, who was it that got so fucking mad on Discord, but was like, you couldn't tell a word that they were saying because they were on their fucking awful phone Discord? Was that Ari?
That was Ari.
Oh my god, dude.
That was Ari screaming about the Taco Bell being closed.
Casey, you had just left, and Ari comes in yelling at the top of his lungs because he's looking for fucking munchy food. And they can't not find anything. But his phone Discord is so low quality, and so it just sounds like fucking Yugi or Yugi's grandpa yelling from inside the TV, trying to fucking. Oh my god, it was so fucking funny. I haven't laughed that long in so long.
Oh, it was fucking funny as hell. That's the time I impressed myself. I think there were some editing things I've done at some points where I was like, wow, I'm proud that this actually doesn't look like shit. What have you fucking done with your life, Jordan?
When I was in high school, I could deadlift 200 pounds.
All right, that's pretty
All
good.
right.
That's pretty good, actually. Now look at you.
I miss having conditioning class.
Now you can deadlift an entire can of fucking Pringles that's not yours into your mouth.
I can.
Motherfucker.
Just shove it all in my mouth like a fucking stick.
Like Shaggy eating a fucking giant sandwich.
Yeah.
Playing that 1998 Pizza Pringles song.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
you weren't
don't
born when
worry
that
about
commercial aired on television.
Yeah.
Aniki asks, what's the scariest near-death experience for you, and did you get any phobias from it?
Fucking which one?
Their example is when they were 5, a rabid pit bull attacked them, almost bit off their leg, and they got a scar around their ankle.
So
That's crazy.
I don't know why I consistently have this dream, but like I always
There's
have
a
night.
horse.
No, it's not a horse. I saw. Well, if I want to talk about that, I saw a dude get kicked in the mouth by a horse when I was like 7. So
Damn.
scared of
Should
horses.
it turn you on?
That's really good.
Did you
weren't
look at
there
it?
for a PM? There's that Jackbox game we played where it's like you have to present talking points and you're presented images on the fly.
Right.
I was high as shit, by the way.
You were high as shit, and someone presented just a front-facing horse, and you shrieked.
Okay. I guess it makes
So good.
sense.
But the consistent nightmare I always have is being in a car, being like driving it, but the steering wheel is in the back right seat, and I have to just deal with driving like that, and it fucks me up.
That's a weird-ass dream.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I'm scared of car crashes.
I mean, I feel that there was a time that I've told on this podcast where a dude in a fucking Ferrari or whatever nearly drove me off the highway during a fucking blizzard, and then I just see his car tip off a fucking off ramp onto the roof of its car, and then all of a sudden just clouds of dark smoke.
You killed a man.
No, I mean, frankly, it was like assisted suicide.
Oh, well,
Because,
I don't know
like,
if that
I'm
makes it better.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
he could have been a wanted criminal for all I know.
Exactly. Driving as reckless as they were probably a bank robber.
God almighty.
This is what every racist cop says.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not a racist cop, all right? I fucking hate the police.
He was wearing a hoodie.
I've almost spun out multiple times driving in the snow, so I absolutely despise whenever I have to drive in the snow.
Okay, something that legitimately left me with trauma, football.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
In high school, I played football, and then all of a sudden I was pinned between, let's say, about 400 pounds of angry teenager and a fucking unmovable fucking field goal post.
How many guys do you think?
It was definitely 2.
Three when I get there.
You know what? You would be a part of that dog pile.
Like, PM has completely missed any context of that bit.
I feel like I've heard of it.
The bit is anytime someone said they were getting 5 guys.
5
Vince would
guys,
go
yes.
6 when
It'll
I
be
get
6
there.
when I get the. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Also, apologies, Carl. I forgot this is a podcast. I just started changing the filter of my air conditioner for the past 3 minutes. So if you're wondering what the fuck those noises are, I'm just like beating the shit out of it to get the fucking dust out of it.
That's why I was wondering, what the hell is that?
I was just going about my day. I left to go put ice cream in the freezer, and
There's
I'm
still probably
sorry.
more background.
I'm fucking. This isn't my job anymore. Like I didn't know we were fucking.
You know what? It is somehow less background noise than what Jordan provides every episode. Don't worry about it.
I don't even. I've been like trying to sit completely still this episode, and it's still happening. I'm looking at my audio track, and there's constant fucking white noise.
can't believe you.
that's just your mic. There's no, or DVX whatever it is. So it's
Something set up.
It's not
Something
actually
that's
your
causing
fault.
hell. Every stream, someone says something about his audio, and I feel so bad.
And my constant response is, yeah, I know.
It's
But yeah,
great because I have like the game sound on, so I don't hear your background noise.
Oh, I hear it. It's there. Don't worry.
All right, Nix asks, and this is mostly for me pretty much. I've listened to and caught up with Milmike and DipShips. I've begrudgingly and lovingly been introduced to Kamen Rider. The promo for Gates looks like something up my alley, and it will likely be my first experience. Following your hearts and personal biases, which top 3 seasons do you suggest for beginners? Besides Gates, I'm leaning towards Double or Forze, solely off of synopsis.
Decade. That was what was recommended to me back when I started. It was Decade and then Kiva.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It does have Gact in it.
It has the Gact card. Kamen Rider O's is really good.
Yes.
Don't watch the movie. I heard it's the most homophobic piece of media ever released.
Yeah, it is. Casey, I need you to watch that movie to understand how fucking painful it is.
Casey doesn't watch bad movies anymore. He doesn't have to for his
It's
job.
not my job.
What if I get someone to pay you to do that?
No. I'm busy. Daddy's busy.
No. I would say O's is good, Double's good, Forze is good. Build is a really good starting point.
Wizard's
Zero
good.
One's a good starting point. Don't listen to that one. Wizard's not good. Don't listen to that. Avoid Wizard if you can.
I was told Decade because at the time it had a taste of all of those writers at the time.
That's
Whether
understandable.
it was good or bad taste, I don't know, but it had all of them, all of the Warriors.
I'm hearing Revice is amazing.
Yeah, it's a solid 6 out of 10 series.
Hey, you can't be too hard on it. The writer seemingly has the trans color scheme.
I mean, it's a good suit.
Got that light blue and pink. I only say this because Shibby had just posted about how it's a show that just immediately became terrible.
A little bit, yeah. Just sort of fell apart at the end. I talked about it earlier. Final Haunt asks, ever gotten into something really late and wish you'd gotten into it sooner because of how much you like it? Black Clover.
It's gas.
It's fucking gas.
I wish I got into Dragon Ball when I was like 8 or 9 instead of 15.
Oh god.
So in 2016.
Yeah.
Oh.
It hurts my soul. Because I remember original Dragon Ball when I was a toddler, and then this motherfucker's like Z when I was fucking 15. Jesus. I would say Berserk, but then also no, not Berserk, because then I would be one of these people suffering on the boat. I'm torn.
Yeah, that's why I can't say Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter.
If that thing's big Chimera Ant arc, if I had to read that live, an arc that lasted 12 years.
Oh,
Jesus, it was
instead
that bad
of the
then?
anime version where it just lasted a year of weekly episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That would have probably killed me. Similarly, in the way that the Hajime no Ippo manga, Ippo has last boxing match ended 8 years ago.
Is he still not boxing again?
No, someone else is currently boxing who I believe is about to just get fucking murdered.
Oh my fucking god, I hate Ippo so much.
Yeah, I need to catch up. He shaved his head at one point.
I gotta catch up too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that I wish I got into earlier. In general.
Maybe
That's
Gundam.
tough. Yeah, I get. Nah. That stuff aired on TV in like 2000. That works.
Yeah, but like the earlier series.
No, because I don't think any of them are like above a 7.
All right, this is the final question that we have. Urameshi Trev asks, the last 3 pieces of media you consumed are what you must live for 3 months. Which would you pick?
Oh god. Oh no. Well, one of them's The Boys.
Oh!
And oh god, what were the other 2? The Rising of Shield Hero and Overlord. Oh god, no.
Oh my fucking
No.
god, dude.
You're fucked.
I'm dead. I'm
You're
fucking
fucked.
dead. Somebody's gonna jump in my penis and sneeze, and I'm not gonna have a good time.
Let's see. Mine are Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Xenoblade 3, or Smiling Friends Go to Brazil. I feel like that last one is the worst one to live through.
Yeah.
You know? I bet I could win the day if I went through Xenoblade 3 if I had my party with me.
You'll die in seconds.
My
Oh,
last
left.
3 would be Splatoon 3,
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Heroes, and I guess the one I will pick, the Cuphead show.
Let's go.
That show's fucked up.
It really is.
I fucking hate Bull Boy.
Bull Boy?
He reminds me of Carl. He sucks so bad.
What the fuck?
He's in the new set of episodes that came out.
Oh, I'm
like,
gonna
a
have to
week
watch
ago.
those.
Yeah. In which Cuphead's like, I want a new brother, and then meets Bull Boy, who has really fucked up Carl energy.
Oh, God.
I'll have to be the judge of that. The last 3 that I consumed were Revice. Does Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series count?
No.
Dude,
No.
of course it does.
Do you really want to live through fighting Gage every week?
No, I really don't. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
what
know.
if you
This
replace
easy wins.
Gage? You got this.
Hmm.
You could make something happen.
So actually, it'd probably be Overlord, Revice, and
Back to chaos again.
probably Futo PI, actually.
Back to chaos again.
So, I'm down for living in a Kamen Rider world. I'm down for that. Back to chaos once again. Made a few changes to the deck, entirely the same.
I put in a brand new engine, terraforming plus what was the field spell?
The quote-unquote field spell. It was like Verdant Sanctuary.
Terraforming plus Verdant Sanctuary.
I got some really good ideas here. Here's the D-Draw engine with none of the good cards from it.
All right, I need to ask, who do you think is worse, Gage or DZ?
Gage.
Gage, 100%. DZ has good fundamentals. He just doesn't read.
That's fair, yeah.
I highly recommend his Master Roulette video from yesterday at the time of recording this. It may be the dumbest it's ever been by far.
Oh, God, it sucked so much.
I need to finish that.
PM, I recommend, if you enjoy watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, I definitely recommend watching DZ's Master content and also the Progression Series stuff.
Look, I'm already knee deep into MBT content. The man with the sharpest mouth on the internet, and
Yes, I love the roulette where it's just always them spinning a wheel on secret packs to decide what they have to build the deck on with 20 pulls.
mm-hmm.
And MBT almost always pulls the most insane shit every time.
Yeah, pulls the most insane shit and then ends up getting like the best pulls ever, like fucking 12 secret rares, all the good ones.
I think when
Ridiculous.
he rolled early on in the show, when he pulls access code talker from a card not in the pack, I'm like, you can't come back from this.
Yeah,
You
really?
gotta leave.
God, it's just fucking insane.
You know, since we have extra time now, PM.
Hmm.
What happened? Me and Carl kind of already explained some of our weeks, I think.
Uh-huh.
How is your week?
What was your day like, PM? Explain your incredible day to us.
My day was okay for the most part. You know, went to work. It was a relatively mild day at work. Nothing crazy to complain about. No big doo-doos on the floor. No crack pipes. I come home, do the rest of my day. I go to bed. It's around like 11:20. I'm about to fall asleep. Then all of a sudden, my fire alarm goes off. And for context, let me go ahead and pull up my tweet. Copy link. Make sure I'm in the right
It's
thing.
really fucked up that I
there we
just
go.
came to the realization that NEP is just girl PM.
Yeah.
You're so fucking right, and I actually
When she
hate
worked
it.
a job at Fred Meyer's where it's like there's an Uncrustable wrapper filled with syringes on the property. That one time she said, hold on, someone's trying to set a bush on fire over there.
Now, here's the thing. I've found many syringes, no Uncrustable packets.
Yeah, it's
And,
literally just a bunch of them loaded in there.
Yeah.
Looked up.
Your Uncrustable packets are random bits of shrimp and tangerines.
Right. That did happen a couple of days ago where I was walking. First off, there were oranges.
You're a real diesel PM.
Yeah, randomly throughout my floor, I was just finding 4 shrimp. I was just finding floor shrimp. And, like, the only thing that I can surmise, because, like, the bar on my floor doesn't serve food, so it has to be coming from the restaurant that's on the floor above me. So some jackass took a to-go plate and was just not eating his food on my floor. So yeah, at around 11:30, my fire alarm goes off. I leave the building thinking that there's, like, an actual fire going off. Turns out, no, that's not the case. My downstairs neighbors, they were making toast, and their toast got a little smoky, and it set off their fire alarm. And as I'm leaving the building, they explained the whole thing to me, and they asked me if I have the key to the firebox. I'm like, bitch, I've been here for 5 years. I didn't even know that the firebox existed. So no, I don't have the key. And they're like, okay, well, I'm on the phone with the fire department right now telling them not to send anybody. Then I gotta call the landlord for them to come turn off the fire alarm. And I'm in a dazed, half asleep state going, wait, call the landlord to come turn off the fire alarm? The landlords live like 2 cities away. How long is this fire alarm gonna be on for? 2 hours is the answer. 2 hours.
God.
It got to the point where, first off, my poor cat, she's terrified of loud noises. At some point, she disappeared. I could not find the cat. She found a hole somewhere to hide, freaked out of her goddamn mind. Could not find her for over an hour.
She good now?
Yeah, she's okay now. Loud noises startled her. It's really bad. After the alarm inevitably turned off, and I tried to go to sleep, I had trouble sleeping up until the last time I looked at the clock was 3:30 in the afternoon.
Ugh.
Which is why I was so late to the podcast today. I had trouble falling asleep because I could still hear it. I was hearing it for so long that I was hearing the ringing in my head and was therefore having trouble falling asleep. So I did what any normal person would do, and I took like 5 bong rips to see if that would help, and it did.
That's what I do anytime I'm like, this sleep's gonna be rough. I'm gonna pop a few.
Am I still high? No, not really. I'm touched, as the kids would say back in the day.
Yeah.
Back when you were only a little high, you would say you're touched.
I don't think anyone's ever said that, actually.
No, I had a whole school of people that would say that. Back in my day.
Me. I decided to break my record on these gummies I take, so I took 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then when it finally hit, Prowley, through the power of suggestion, said, "You're a real pussy if you don't have 2 more." So I had 2 more.
Okay.
And when I felt those hit, that was awesome. The next day, I woke up better than I ever have been in weeks.
Yeah, you get to a point where, because what was your normal intake before that? Like 3, 4?
Usually like 3.
Yeah. Okay. There comes to a point after you found your tolerance, and you're on that tolerance for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, where you feel brave. And you try to push that limit. First off, your tolerance increases, so going a little bit above and beyond isn't necessarily going to be the worst thing for you. But yeah, I used to know people that in order to get really fucked up, and not even like really fucked up, like a decent amount of fucked up, would go like 1,000 milligrams.
Ugh.
That's a lot.
You know, back when they sold, I don't even know if they still do this, where they sold individual edibles that were like 250 milligrams a pop. So they would eat 4 or 5, and then that's them for the next day and a half.
I can't imagine 1,000 after watching that Ted Nivison video of the 400 milligram Nerds rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm finally at a point where one edible isn't getting me as high anymore.
Let's go. That means
So
you gotta
next-
try 4.
Nope, not 4. Next
No,
one,
not
try
4,
2.
3.
Why 3?
Because, like, I understand your thought process. You think double is the appropriate amount. No. 1.5.
So 3.
3. Yes.
All right.
The best result of me having 7 was Vince deciding, okay, I'll have 5. Because I got him on my same brand.
Mm-hmm.
And that led to him getting really high playing Dark Souls 2 and windowed to our entire server. While also every time he died switching to the game Pussy 3 that also gave them.
Aw, man.
He has no memory of it at all.
Me and KZ are now both on the sub plan for our brand, where every month for like $40 they're just going to send us a bottle.
I actually haven't started the sub plan yet. I have I like having fun, so I don't think it's enough.
Thankfully for me, my tolerance is low enough to where I'm definitely not going through a bottle within a month. So I'm eventually going to have like a stockpile of 4 bottles on my desk.
Jordan, there will be a point where you don't have to worry about work. And you will have a free day or 2. And one day you're going to be like KZ and be like, fuck it, I'm going to eat 8.
I might do 8 today for fun.
You're going to hate it at first, but then you see, you got to do like KZ did it, where you eat 5. And then you have a really good friend go, no, dude, you got to eat 3 more. Otherwise you're pussy. And then once you eat those 3 more, then you're in a nice little pocket.
No, see, then
Dude, when those hit, it was so bad. Apparently I bought Mittens and She's Discord Nitro. I was so high. I don't even know how. It happened and I texted them what happened.
I noticed that she texted me last night, do you want to see the emotes I have now that I have Nitro? And I was like, what the fuck did you get Nitro?
It was so funny because one of the time, apparently I was so high, I was like, I'm gonna be nice to you, Cat, and then I gave her Nitro. As it turns out, I missed. I gave it to Cheese. and I went, I'm sorry, Cat. I can't spend another $10 while I can't feel my legs.
What's your guys' general reaction to being high? Because I feel like I have a really different thing. So apparently I'm described as being more drunk than high.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I just speak slower.
You wobble like you're fucking drunk.
I speak slower. It's just harder for me to do everything.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. It's like I feel a pressure in my forehead that feels nice.
Yes.
And
I feel like there's clouds in my head.
Then that kind of spreads out to my forearms and then my legs. And then personality-wise, I don't know, because I've been like, I'm usually high a majority of the time I talk to you,
yeah,
so
I know.
nothing really changes.
That's why I just ask you. And then you usually go,
So we don't know what Sober PM's personality is.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and anytime I'm high and I'm watching something, if I look at my phone, it's over. Like any semblance of me paying attention to what was happening on the side is gone. My brain is missing that capacity to focus on more than one thing.
I do not enjoy watching things. This is stupid thinking about it now because I do PMVA. So it's like I do not enjoy watching things that much when I'm high, because at some point, if the notion comes across my head, it'll ruin whatever I'm watching, where I'll think, I'm so fucking high, there's no way what I'm watching is real. And then that ruins whatever I'm watching.
Yeah, I don't get that bad off for it. Sometimes it just kind of makes it more stressful, like when I watched all of Kaiju while high, and it made me almost throw up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would kill me.
Like,
it's really good. I recommend everyone do that.
You, Carl and Jordan, remember the Mazinger episode that we watched, the first episode?
Yeah.
About like a third of the way into that episode, I thought, I was so fucking high, I thought that there's no way that this is real, and then that kind of ruined the session for the rest of it.
Do you know the backstory on that, KZ?
No.
So the first episode of Mazinger, the first episode is made up.
Yes, the first episode is a filler episode with a bunch of random clips they just decided to throw together that has no connection to the main story at all. Just took all the characters and threw them into something that makes no fucking sense at all. There's no cohesive story.
It was like they tried to condense a full 24 episode series into 22 minutes.
It was insane.
Batshit.
Speaking of things that are insane, hey Jordan, do you know how crazy it is that boats can float on water? Can you tell me some other fun facts about them?
Yeah, please go ahead, Jordan.
I forgot to get my boat fact. Hold on.
Dude, come on.
Jordan,
I don't know how long you were recording before I got here, but you've had a lot of time. I've been here for an hour.
Jordan, you were on such a hot streak. You've been doing so well. It's been like a whole 10 weeks.
Question episodes just made me think, oh, we're not, it's a non-standard episode.
How many question episodes have we done where we're like, where's the boat fact?
We still need the boat facts.
I'm just here.
Cruise ships are truly prepared for any situation, even death. That's why most cruise ships are built to have morgues inside of them that can hold up to 3 dead bodies.
Oh, I didn't like that.
That's good. That's good for murder mysteries, you know?
That's true.
I mean, I
you ever play 999?
Regrettably, yes.
There you go.
Hey,
another series where I was way too fucking high and played that and went, no way, this is real. I gotta replay through this whole fucking thing.
I don't want to imagine being high doing a puzzle in that shit.
Oh, fuck that.
PM, dude, you need to play AI while high.
I had to look up a walkthrough because I was stuck on like the first room.
The first room?
I don't remember if it was the first.
You're like, I'm too high for this number thing.
Was it the first room? I remember being locked in a single room alone. So I guess it must have been the first room.
That is the first thing in the game.
Okay, yes. Yes, it was that then.
Hey, it's been a while since I've done this. You guys want a shark fact?
Sure.
The epaulet shark is a species of long-tailed carpet shark, which are known for walking on fucking land.
Oh, no.
What?
No. Street shark.
They just sort of fucking flop around with their little fins and walk across gaps between water in order to get around.
Dude, you can see it walking in the ocean.
Yeah,
it is not swimming. It is just walking.
Wait, how small is that?
It's a pretty small one.
Is it just like a snake size?
Kinda. Just flaps around his little fins and just walks.
Okay, it's kind of funny looking now that I'm seeing it walk on land. I kind of like him.
He looks like a walking penis.
Make a Pokemon out of it.
Yeah, make like a groundwater type out of this.
Oh, I didn't realize how long he was. Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, it is actually absurdly long.
What a fucking freak. I hate its gross little eyes.
I'm not upset about its existence, like that other shark that you brought up on the podcast.
Oh, the goblin shark?
Yeah, the goblin shark.
Don't talk about the goblin. Don't shut up. Don't talk about the goblin shark.
Thank you all for listening to this episode of DipShips, the legitimate boating podcast. I hope you all enjoyed whatever the fuck just happened in this episode. It sure was a wild ride from start to finish.
Yeah.
Truly, you can never expect what to come from this podcast.
Yeah, you never say that it's not interesting in some way.
I'm going back to bed.
I hate you.
Yeah, fair.
Same.
If you'd like to support the podcast, but you can't do so monetarily, remember that podcasts sink or swim based on word of mouth, so you can share this around with anyone you think would like this podcast. I don't know why they would, but...
Hey, KZ.
What?
Where can people find you?
Twitter.com/KZXcellent. I stream on KZXcellent.live and KZXcellent.com, where all those VODs live. Alternatively, KinoRawGoatSwag.com.
Let's go.
How much do you pay to keep that domain?
12 a year.
Oh, damn.
That's not bad. Holy shit.
Carl,
Yeah,
please, we
Google domains
need
are, like,
a
pretty
domain.
Yeah, it's really easy to get one of those things. That's why I even have friends like Vox who have their streaming website, voxandra.gay.
Let's go. Can I get a domain that is dipships.boat?
You might.
Oh man, we're in this. I'm gonna need you to link me to some of these resources. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all on the Nautical Mile.
Nope. The
Nope.
other one, Toodles.
What?
But also Howdy.
What?
You just,
What?
Were you about to say
What the fuck?
howdy as your
Yes.
goodbye?
Yes, it's
Go to
Hoodles.
bed.
Hoodles.
Hoodle.
Hoodles. I think I just shit myself.